Okay, we're on part 11 of this book here, Prevent and Reverse Obesity by me, Pete Rogers. If you're following along in the book, we're on page 74. So the illustration here is the concept of a bliss point. The big food companies, they're super rich. A lot of them have billion-dollar budgets, and they bring in research people from the population to test them out, to see what provides the optimal taste, what gets them most likely to be addicted to the food. They add different amounts of MSG, MFG, monosodium glutamate, manufactured free glutamate. Glutamate, activates the umami taste receptors. It's sort of our ancestors worried about starvation. So for them to have a good protein source, that made them happy, released reward neurotransmitters because that could increase survival. Modern people, it's impossible to be too low in protein in the modern world with any type of normally chosen diet. Okay, they add salt. Salt's relatively scarce in the real world, and it tastes good. They add little chemicals, give it a mouthfeel, a texture. They add high fructose corn syrup to sweeten it, for example. They'll add certain amounts of fat. Fat and oil help to get everything to stick together until they get that bliss point. So just so you know, these are hyperpalatable foods. And also, a person who eats these hyperpalatable foods, they're not going to like the taste initially of regular foods. Regular foods are will seem plain or bland in comparison. But like I said, this is like going for a joyride on an HIV-positive hooker, okay? 5 minutes of fun paid for with a lifetime of misery, being fat, sick, and stupid, okay? There's lots and lots of harmful chemicals in these foods. They're designed in part to be addictive and to be harmful, to feminize you, to make you fat and sick. Okay, and the food dyes are also neurotoxic in them. Oh, here's Dr. McDougall's quote. "When I criticize medications and surgeries that don't work, I do it so that people will know the truth. People aren't going to eat healthy until they realize it's the only effective way to age well and to minimize the risk of disease." Okay, there's John McDougall. And yeah, I tell you that too. Basically, this is it. Conventional medicine is mostly fake, okay? About 70% or more of the diseases are all this chronic diet and lifestyle-related stuff, mostly diet, and also toxicology. So the smart thing to do is fix the diet, fix the lifestyle, avoid the toxins. That's smart medicine. That's a smart approach to health. We'll talk about one more topic here today, the body weight set point theory. And this is basically the concept. Dr. McDougall's noticed this. I've noticed it. Anybody who opens their eyes and thinks will notice this. Let's say you've worked at the same place for 10 or more years. Just walk around and look at the people you know. Almost all of them are the same size as they were 10 years ago. So people hit a set point for whatever their given diet is. And a lot of times they just drift up in weight as they get older. Very commonly, people start getting fatter when they get done with their school, let's say their college or whatever, and then they get their first job, then they have their first baby, and especially the women tend to get real fat by the time they're in their mid-30s or so. So it varies, of course, but that's pretty typical. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is your brain has a set point. You're in your hypothalamus for your body weight, all right, and your hunger center, like your arcuate nucleus. So, and what does that mean? That means whatever diet you're currently eating, if you want to lose weight, almost everybody has to change what they eat. This idea of exercise more and eat less, that does not work. That just leads to failure. Your willpower, hunger drive overcomes it and it won't work. What you need to do is change what you eat. Low fat, low sodium, vegan diet, primarily starch-based, a little bit of fruits and vegetables, that makes you skinny, okay? If you're young and you exercise a lot, I'm not young, I'm 62, but I exercise a lot, so I can get away with eating more fruit, and I like the fruit. But if you're trying to lose weight, like I said, McDougall said the first thing you do, go 90% starch, 5% fruit, 5% veggies. That'll get you skinny. That will be a low-fat vegan diet, prevent coronary artery disease, decrease hypertension. Let your doctor know if you're going to make a big change in your diet, though, because if you're taking pills for hypertension, for diabetes, or for blood thinners, they might change. Your diet might change your required dose. It probably will, okay? But that's the idea of a set point, that exercise more, eat less does not work. You have to change what you eat because then you reset the set point, okay? That's a key thing to know for losing weight. All right, so we'll leave it at that for tonight. That's part 11 from the book, How to Prevent and Reverse Obesity. Hope you found that helpful.